Hey team, I haven't been on in a really long time, a couple weeks. That is because my father-in-law was quite ill, uh, and he died April 13th. And there was a lot with me traveling and rushing home and then spending time with him, just really getting an opportunity to have a nice long goodbye with him that week. And blissfully, for most of the time he was fighting cancer, he wasn't in pain, or if he was really good at hiding it. He had a great outlook on life, and that was really special. And um, so, Shift Show today is really going to be about how do you shift, and I'm a work in progress on this. So, how do you shift from the doing of all the things to the being? So it was easy to just be with him. That felt so important to spend that time with him. And then we were all shifted into doing, getting everything ready, funeral arrangements, etc. And there was a lot around that. Our daughter opted to come home for it, and she is in college and is in finals right now. And in fact, I'm coming to you from a Hampton Inn out in State College, and I'll get to that in a sec. And so we went down to pick her up Newark Airport. My sister-in-law went with me, which is awesome because navigating Newark Airport is not easy by yourself. And we got her and we brought her back, and then the funeral was Thursday. And then we had Friday to run around and do things for her. Uh, because she was home for a day. So why not see the chiropractor and get the passport photo and things like that? We were very much in doing mode. And then we drove back out to State College Saturday. And we have a condo out here that is being renovated. The timing kind of sucks. But here we are. And so I'm out here working on the renovation and getting some stuff done there. And what I'm finding as I'm out here is there's so much doing to be done, and there has been no room for being. There has been no time or space for grieving. And that's on me, that responsibility of making sure that I carve that time for myself. I do have an out of office autoresponder letting people know that I am not really available right now. And so it's been a little weird for my clients. I've had to really touch base with them and say, you see this, but this doesn't apply to you. So I am still, I did a presentation last Wednesday, the day before the funeral. I am still putting together the time management workshop, which I think is going to be May 15th. We're still setting a date. But working right now is not the easiest thing. I definitely feel very distracted. All of my ADHD symptoms are on high because I'm in a different space. My father-in-law and I were very close. I miss him. I'm sure my husband and his sister miss him, and his wife, of course, my mother-in-law, miss him terribly. And I did not expect to take this so hard. So I didn't make space for it. And I'm going to make space. So that's going to be the shift. The shift is going to be how I get out of all this doing, which I've been doing nonstop for a couple weeks now. And by nonstop, I literally mean even through the weekend. Because everything had to come out of the condo, out of the storage area, and go into an actual storage facility. So I was packing boxes, etc., all weekend. And I am aware that I am going to be back out here again next week to pick my daughter up from college. So the doing is going to continue. But somehow, some way, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be downtime for me because I need the break. And that may be a little risky right now. I've got a lot of potential clients lined up. There's a lot of really good things happening in my business right now. It's kind of wild to think that I'm going to take this major step back, at least for a few days, while I'm in the midst of having these great opportunities coming up. But I need to do this for me. And so that's the shift this week. and it's come out in coaching this week too with clients. I think that's always so fun when I see these sort of stars aligning. How do you carve time for yourself to be, to not have that to-do list looming over your head, to, and as I really don't do well with this, step away from the to-do list, even though it's there and you know it's just going to get longer tomorrow, but you have to step away. And I teach the power in the pause, the idea that we pause and take breaks. And so I'm going to be pausing, and you kind of are getting that sense anyway if you're in my world now, because I haven't been much on social media. I haven't sent out an e-newsletter in quite a while. I've got 2 written. They just need to be sent out. One is getting sent out today, just so people know where I'm at. And the other will get sent out maybe next week. It was supposed to be sent out last week, but I just didn't. I was in a different space. So make time for yourself. See where you can carve a moment or two, or hours or days or weeks or whatever, to step away and pause, to maybe go out and be in nature, take a nature walk. I haven't done one of those in a couple of days. I'm hoping this afternoon, I'm going down to see friends in Harrisburg, and I'm hoping maybe we can get a little walk in a park or something late this afternoon. That will really help me recharge. I did go do 2 things for myself. One was I went to a retreat with Patty Lennon for a few hours on Sunday, the day after my father-in-law passed away. And that was glorious and wonderful. And I'm so glad I did that, because it gave me lots of energy to power through the week when we were doing all the planning for the funeral. And I also am rereading a wonderful book my friend wrote, which is called Actually I Can. And it's about her cancer journey and how she approached it with grace and humor. And it is launching really soon. And if I were with more than half a brain right now, I would tell you the exact launch date, but it's like inevitably in a few days. So that's Actually I Can by Nika Stewart. It's an incredible book. And reading it right now, it's taking me back through the journey of having had cancer and knowing that I can do hard things. And I had a sort of similar journey to Nika. We had different experiences specifically around treatments and whatnot, but we do share that breast cancer sisterhood. And we both had a very similar approach to how we dealt with it. I was very deep into the whole idea of gratitude, keeping your sense of humor, pausing, and taking time to be. And I think it's a really good reminder for me right now, this book, Actually I Can, because it gives me a lot of hope and joy. And like I said, it reminds me that I was really strong through cancer. I can be really strong through this. And by the way, my father-in-law died of cancer. So there was definitely some connections here around that. So your shift, if you choose to accept it, is to carve out some time for yourself this week. Where can you take some space and time to just be in the moment without tasks or obligations? They're still there. You're just going to ignore them for a while and get away from the world and do something really great for yourself. All right. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. Have an amazing day, everybody. I have to look for the button as I'm ending the stream. In case you're ever wondering why I'm like darting my eyes around at the end, that's what it is. You have to find the button.